Okay, Apocalypse versus Doomsday. Beyond the fact that both these people have probably two of the coolest names you're ever going to find when it comes to characters. And, you know, Doomsday, I tend to take him from the time of Death of Superman. He's had a tremendous amount of shifts when it comes to powers. If you ever read Hunter Prey, he was able to very easily handle Darkseid. And it took Superman and a mother box when he dropped it into time to be defeated. If you happen to read Doomsday Wars, well, he's got Brainiac's brain inside him for a while. And then if you read later on incarnations of the character, he gets one punched by Superman. Later he becomes intelligent, which when he has fear is not as strong as he was before. And then of course you had the New 52, where he was kind of a boogeyman, virus sort of creature, and a bunch of other iterations in between. Whether it was multiple versions of Doomsday, even the Super Doomsday. Oh, that would have been in the reign of Doomsday. They had another Doomsday. There's the Metal Doomsday. There's Cyborg Doomsday. They're beating Cyborg Doomsday, and now it's Superboy Doomsday. That's right, because I had went into this, which is actually... So here's a Doomsday inside a Doomsday, fighting a Doomsday. There's all Superman fighting a Doomsday. And there's Omega Powered. I can heal everything. Lex Luthor. But the moment he takes his hatred out, he loses all his power. Reign of the Doomsdays. Multiple Doomsdays. That's when they killed Doomsday. What is the name of the Super Doomsday team that they fought? And there's like Doom Destroyer Doomsday. There's the multiple Doomsdays. Dang it. Doomslayer. Yes, that's right. There was an Omega version of Doomsday called Doomslayer. Doomslayer. So I tend to know the Superman style version of him because he ranges wildly when it comes to power. And Apocalypse is just Apocalypse. If you don't know his background, he is actually an external mutant who has been enhanced with celestial technology. Considered by many to be the absolute top when it comes to mutants, even he doesn't know his overall powers. I do this through a 9-criteria system: intelligence, mind, strength, speed, durability, and vulnerability. EP is just raw projection, versatility, X factor. Now, again, this is not Hunter Prey Doomsday, who is probably the Omega version of Doomsday. So we'll get right into this. Intelligence. I don't think we're going to have too many complaints if I give intelligence to Apocalypse. Most people consider him to be kind of like a Reed Richards level intelligence, but given his background of celestial technology, the fact that he can control almost any sort of mechanical things that get near him, and he travels through time, and he's undeniably old. Probably say he's probably one of the most intelligent people in the Marvel Universe. I would probably go maybe Watcher. He's probably the most intelligent because he's seen virtually everything and is a walking repository of knowledge. Then probably Thanos. I would put Thanos right up there, just given the amount of information he's actually consumed over the time. And then Earth-based, probably Apocalypse. Yes, for I think with Doom, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom has a magic advantage, but Apocalypse has got a tremendous advantage in almost every other aspect. Fighting ability, again, Apocalypse, before he became fully enhanced, was a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant. Doomsday is essentially a brawler. Now, I might get some flack for some of these. I'm going to give the next 4 flat out to Doomsday. When it comes to a strength advantage, yes, Apocalypse has held his own against Hulk. This, of course, was the bannerless Hulk. He has actually held his own as well against Thor. Those are both very impressive feats. But Doomsday was able to, from bone protrusions, beat Superman to death. No other powers. Just raw physicality and just pounding on him till he died. It's pretty impressive. Speed standpoint. The Hasted Apocalypse has a good amount of speed. The problem is there's not that many speedsters, quote unquote. Doomsday showed that he was actually relatively close to Superman's speed. And I was a Superman with a speed advantage over Apocalypse. Durability. Throughout the fight with Superman, Doomsday did not miss a beat. He does not require regeneration chambers. I've often thought these regeneration chambers, people like Apocalypse and Odin, were thrown in there because they are so powerful that if you wanted to do it, well, how's so-and-so going to beat him? He comes out of the chamber early. So his durability and vulnerability and strength and speed, everything's lower on him? Yes, because he's not 100%. Since Galactus. Galactus is almost never fully satiated. He more or less spends his entire existence being like, I'm not starving to death, but I'm hungry. So it allows you to take your top tier individuals and be like, well, they're not at 100%. That's why they get defeated. And from a vulnerability standpoint, Doomsday has taken a tremendous beating before he showed any signs of wear, tear, and damage. It wasn't until later on in the fight where Superman actually broke off one of the knee protrusions. So if Superman has a hard time breaking off a bone protrusion, that means you have a pretty high degree of vulnerability. Yes, Apocalypse was actually able to take a strike from an Asgardian axe from a young Thor that was designed to break through celestial armor, but it did not damage Apocalypse greatly. So of course Apocalypse is also encased in, for the most part, celestial armor, except for his face. But I would still put Doomsday's level of vulnerability slightly higher than that of celestial armor. Because, Apocalypse isn't at the 100% level of celestial armor. He's in celestial armor, but he's not in the same armor you're seeing Galactus wear. Energy projection, well, that's pretty basic. Apocalypse at range, extra-dimensional energies, can absorb energies. He is a powerful foe at range. And versatility. Apocalypse is a shapeshifter. So beyond all the celestial tech, all the tech he just carries with him naturally, shapeshifter, telepathy, absorb energy, blast energy. From a technical standpoint, Doomsday is a living solar battery. So Apocalypse can absorb energy. He also able to siphon energy off the Hulk before. So he can do it in a battle. If he's able to siphon energy out of an enemy, and the enemy is a giant mass with solar energy, he actually can take the energy out of Doomsday throughout the fight and actually weaken him. So sometimes you have to really defeat Doomsday as much as make Doomsday so weak that he actually can defeat him then. And X Factor. This is the big important one. Give it to Apocalypse. Apocalypse has shown his ability to subjugate a tremendous amount of individuals. And he's taken on some top tier people while he's been undeniably weak. He showed that he can handle a bannerless Hulk. That he can handle a young Thor. That he was able to go one-on-one with a saltwater-enhanced Namor and do relatively well. After House of M, it took the remaining X-Men and the Avengers to stop him. Is he let his hands dirty very often? No, he's not getting his hands dirty very often. But he does have the ability to take over someone else's body very easily. He does have the ability to have his blood destroy non-mutants. So it's very possible that the blood of Apocalypse by itself could kill Doomsday, or weaken him severely. Apocalypse taking a bit of his blood and mix it with a pile of organs and essentially of just genetic material. Rewrote that genetic material and then had a new body. So it's actually very, very possible that during this sort of fight, Apocalypse either turn Doomsday into one of his horsemen. And let's be honest, who's your horseman of death? Doomsday. Oh, that's good. He will now just cut a swath through the majority of the Marvel universe. Yep. I'll pick 3 of the people that go with him, but I mean he's front and center. Or you can go, Doomsday, you'd be a great war. Death, I will pick Void Sentry. Alrighty. Your move, Marvel Universe. Your move. I got 2 more. I got 2 more just sitting in the back. Who's sending against him? I've got Evil Sentry and I've got Doomsday. It's good to be Apocalypse. I think he should be easily one of the top tier Marvel characters, but since he's written in a way, I think he's always weak. Counters him to Thanos, where Thanos, after every defeat, comes back 3 times more powerful than he was when he was defeated. So I think these 2 guys were to get into a knockdown, drag-out fight. I do believe your winner is going to be Apocalypse.